Jake!
Haddie? Oh, hi!
You're supposed to be at home resting.
Whoa, Ellie landed her plane right here?
She sure did.
Is your Uncle George all right?
He has seemed a little sad recently.
I'm Miss Jean. Join me on a trip to Discovery Mountain, where the air is clear enough to hear your imagination, and where every day is an exercise in faith. Join me for today's expedition in Discovery Mountain. Are you ready for another episode in this season called Happy Birthday? We're celebrating Discovery Mountain's 5th birthday, and we've been exercising our faith as we remember God's goodness and His plans for our future. Now, to celebrate, we're giving away some fun prizes, so ask your parents to visit discoverymountain.com/happybirthday for all the birthday celebration details. Now, in our last episode, Jake gave everyone a big scare, didn't he? He hurt his leg, but Dr. Simon took good care of him at the hospital. Jake's walking towards Trekkers now. Oh, it looks like Haddie is running to catch up. Let's join them in today's episode called Ellie's Peak.
Jake!
Haddie? Oh, hi!
Oh, hi? You're supposed to be at home resting.
Oh, I was! But I got hungry and I'm dangerously low on trail mix.
Oh, Jake, I'll be happy to get you some and drop it off. Your leg is still healing, remember?
True.
Hey, did Natasha tell you about our idea?
Your idea? Oh, for Mr. Simon.
Yeah, what do you think?
I think it's perfecto. And don't worry, your secret is super-de-duper safe with me.
Good. Now, Jake, go home and rest that leg, all right?
Thanks, Haddie.
Hey, Uncle Ethan, can I get a lemonade?
Oh, careful there.
Whoa, slow down, Hugo. You almost ran into Haddie.
Sorry.
Ah, the iconic lemonade. It is delicious.
Iconic? Huh?
Oh, yeah, that lady with the hat on the label. Have you met her yet?
I don't think so.
She works for McGee. He's right over there talking to Mr. Simon.
Her name is Madam Manager.
What a weird name.
Oh, yes, but there's a story behind it.
You'll have to tell it to Hugo sometime, Haddie, but right now we're going for a hike. I'll get you that lemonade after.
Okay, fine.
Oh, where are you hiking?
Ellie's Peak.
Ah, Eleanor. Yes, she was an inspiration.
Eleanor?
Yeah, dude. Eleanor, or Ellie, the mountain we're climbing today is named after her.
A mountain named after a girl?
Ah, yeah, she was a pretty cool girl. I'll tell you her story as we hike.
Oh, this will be fun.
Come on, Hugo. Your mom needs a break, and you need a little fresh air and exercise.
Fine.
Well, have fun.
Wish me luck.
Hi, Uncle George, Mr. McGee.
Hi there, Haddie.
Miss Haddie, how are you?
Oh, I'm fine. How are you two?
Still breathing, which ain't bad for an old guy like me.
Oh, now.
George, isn't it nice that wrinkles don't hurt?
Wrinkles don't hurt. Oh, well, that's true. Or you would be in a lot of pain.
Ha! You have a lot of health food in this here store, my friend.
That's true. My customers love it.
Well, at my age, I avoid health food. I need all the preservatives I can get.
Preservatives.
Well, I can see your logic. Haddie, did you need something?
Oh, just some trail mix for Jake. I know where to find it. You two keep laughing.
Haddie shopped for trail mix, happy to hear her Uncle George in better spirits. Meanwhile, Mr. Garcia and his nephew Hugo arrived at Ellie's Peak, ready for their hike.
Ellie's Peak. Hugo, it's a great story.
We're really doing this?
Ah, yeah. It's a good story, I promise.
Fine.
It all began at Christmas time in 1943. The United States had joined World War II just 2 years earlier, and we still couldn't build airplanes fast enough. Factories built the airplanes as fast as they could, and pilots delivered the planes to Army Air Force bases. We never seemed to have enough airplanes or enough pilots. On Christmas morning of 1943, Eleanor Smithers discovered that she could finally help with the war effort.
Mother!
Yes, Eleanor, what is it?
Mother, Helen just told me the best news.
Oh, is that where you've been? Helen's house? Darling, it's Christmas morning.
Yes, Mother, I know. But Christmas is so sad this year with Bobby and Johnny gone.
Yes, I miss your brothers too. May God keep them safe.
Yes, Mother, but they've lowered the age to 18.
Eleanor, not this again.
Yes, Mother, but you know my dream is to be one of the Women's Air Force service pilots, and now I can.
I'm listening.
They're taking girls my age, 18 now. And
But what about the flying hours? You've only just completed your beginner's pilot's license.
I know, Mother, but I have the flying hour requirements now.
You do?
Yes, Mother, I can help the war efforts, just like Bobby and Johnny. I can help our country and our family.
They wouldn't send you overseas, would they?
No, the Women's Air Force service pilots aren't officially part of the military, Mother. The WASPs.
WASPs?
Yes, Women's Air Force Service Pilots, WASP, WASPs. They deliver the planes to the Air Force bases to free the men up for flying overseas in the war, and other things, but all domestic, Mother, I promise.
Oh, Ellie, I just don't know. Let's talk to your father.
Mother, please, before we talk to Father, tell me you approve. Please, Father won't let me go if I don't have your blessing first.
Ellie, my dear, I know this is important to you. So, you do have my blessing.
Oh, Mother, thank you. This is the best gift you could have given me. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, sweetheart.
Eleanor applied to and was accepted into the WASP program. She kissed her parents goodbye and climbed aboard a train traveling to Sweetwater, Texas.
Why Sweetwater, Texas?
Well, that was the home of the WASP training center called Avenger Field. That first day of training at Avenger Field, Eleanor suddenly felt very alone. She questioned why she ever thought she could make it as a pilot.
Is this seat taken?
Oh, no. Please, sit down. I'm Eleanor, but my friends call me Ellie.
Pleased to meet you, Ellie. I'm Peggy. Are you nervous?
Yes, I'm wishing I could catch the first train back home right about now.
Good morning, ladies.
Oh, it looks like we're about to begin.
I'm Officer F.T. Miller. I will be your commanding officer here at Avenger Field and one of your flight instructors.
Hello, Officer Miller.
Ma'am, what's your name?
Dorothy Becker.
Well, Miss Becker, I can see that you have a lot to learn about the Army way.
Oh, yes. I'm just so excited to be here. I told my mother that...
Silence, Miss Becker. You will not address an officer unless he first addresses you. Understood?
Oh, yes, Officer Miller.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Better. Now, how many of you girls think that you're hot-shot pilots? No one wants to put her hand up. You've all had a little flying experience. You all think that you're hot shots, don't you? Let me tell you, ladies, you have a lot to learn. You.
Yes, sir?
How old are you?
18, sir.
Barely out of high school. How many of you ladies are 18 years old?
I am.
More than half of you. You may think you're hotshot pilots, but I'm here to show you what you don't know. You're here to learn to fly the Army way. What are you here to learn?
To fly the Army way, sir.
During the next 5 months, you'll have plenty of opportunities to wash out. If you can't understand the classwork, you'll wash out. If you fail the flight test, you'll wash out. Several of you in this room will be back home with your mommies and daddies before the end of the week. Washed out. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Take out your flight training manual. Turn to page 1. Let's begin.
Ellie, Peggy, and the other girls listened carefully to Officer Miller's instructions all morning. And when lunchtime arrived, Ellie marched out to the mess tent.
What a crazy morning.
Yeah, I know. My head is spinning with all the information.
Yeah. Hey, Peggy, what does Officer Miller mean by washed out?
Oh, fail the program. Fail, quit. Either way, you end up going home.
I don't want to fail.
Me neither, Ellie. If we help each other, we'll get through it.
Oh, Peggy, you're a godsend.
Together, neither of us will wash out. What's wrong?
A scorpion!
We're in the desert, Dorothy. Let it pass by, and it won't hurt you.
I've never seen a scorpion in my life.
It's okay. See? It's gone.
Oh, thank you. Thank you both.
Hey, Dorothy, why don't you sit with Peggy and me at lunch?
Okay.
We're all gonna need to support each other to get through this.
Yes, no washouts.
Agreed. No washouts.
So then what happened?
Well, Ellie and Peggy were true to their word. The first week, the trainees helped each other. Together, they learned to survive. Weeks turned into months, and not one of the girls in Ellie's group washed out. But it didn't mean that they stopped worrying about failing. They worried every waking moment.
You're next, Ellie.
Oh, is Florence back from her training flight already?
Yeah, I can hear the plane landing now.
Oh, Peggy, I don't know if I can pass this one. The instrument panel is so...
Overwhelming?
Yeah! You passed this test weeks ago. Any tips with the AT-17 Cessna Bobcat?
Yeah, don't let Miller intimidate you. And don't let the instrument panel scare you. Just push the right buttons and the flying's the same as it is in any other plane.
Woohoo! I passed, girls. Your turn, Ellie.
Congratulations, Florence. You can do it, Ellie. I'm praying for you.
Thanks, Peggy. I'll need it.
Eleanor Smithers, are you ready to try this flight again?
Yes, sir.
All right, climb up and in. Now you should be familiar with the AT-17 instrument panel. This is your fourth time up for a test flight in this one?
Fifth, sir.
Fifth? Well, that's a record.
I'm ready this time, sir.
Well, prove it to me. Engage the engines. Miss Smithers, take us up in the air in a north-northwest circuit.
Yes, sir.
All right, we have smooth air conditions. Give me a lazy 8 formation.
Yes, sir.
Acceptable. Now, Miss Smithers, look down. Do you see where the two railroads intersect just below us?
Yes, sir.
Land on the open space of land just between them.
Sir?
Miss Smithers, land your plane.
This space is so small.
Land this plane.
I landed, sir.
All right, now take us back up.
But the trains, sir, I have no room to take off.
In an emergency situation, you adapt. Take off.
Yes, sir.
Acceptable. Now, Miss Smithers, take us back to Avenger Field.
Yes, sir.
All right, flight test is over, Miss Smithers. You have passed. Now go and prepare for your next flight test. You've got a long ways to go before your solo flight and graduation.
Yes, sir.
Well,
I passed!
I knew you could do it.
Miller surprised me with an emergency landing test, too.
Let me guess, between two railroad tracks?
Yes, just like he did to Gladys. I remember how she said she lifted off right as she passed the second track, and it worked.
Well, you made it, Ellie.
I couldn't have done it without you, Peggy.
Hey, we're here to help each other. Now come on, I bought a box of chocolates on our last trip into Sweetwater. I was saving them for a celebration, and this is it.
Chocolate? I'll raise you back to the barracks.
Ellie, Peggy, and the others continued to work hard. Graduation day was one that Ellie never forgot.
Trainees, I didn't think that you could do it. You each arrived here as a young slip of a girl. Frankly, I didn't believe that you could fight the controls of an AT-17 Cessna Bobcat, let alone the bigger planes. But now, it is on record that women can fly as well as men. You've worked hard, and you will fill a vital place in the war effort. Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations, girls.
We did it, ladies. We finally have our silver wings. Oh, I couldn't have done it without you gals. Thank you.
None of us could have graduated without the others.
Hey, girls, my mother's waving us over. Come on, I want you all to meet my parents.
Oh, I'd love to.
Miss Smithers, may I have a word?
Oh, Officer Miller, sir. Yes, of course.
Come on over when you're through, Ellie.
Miss Smithers, I have an assignment for you.
Officer Miller, I'm ready to serve, sir.
I have a P-39 that needs to be delivered to Great Falls, Montana.
Yes, sir.
Most of the girls dislike flying the P-39.
Oh, yes, sir. But they just weren't used to the engine sitting behind the cockpit. Once you recalibrate it for the weight and adjust for the spin, the P-39 is a dream to fly, sir.
Yes. Well, not all the girls took to it as well as you did. The plane needs to be delivered as soon as possible. You'll leave at 0500 hours, rain or shine.
Yes, sir.
Good day, Miss Smithers.
My first flight assignment. Someone pinch me, I'm dreaming. Ow! What did you do that for, Florence?
Well, you said to pinch you.
Come on, let's go see if they're serving cake.
We'll take a short break and we'll be right back to hear the rest of the story.
Hi everyone, producer Steve here. You might still be considering whether or not to join the Discovery Mountain Club and become a mountaineer. Well, the club has programs you can't find anywhere else. There's Jake's podcast called Jake's Take, an oddcast you can trust. Jake and his guests exercise their faith together, learn about topics like technology use, and more. It's a lot of fun to listen to and for us to create. Mountaineers can also listen to bedtime Bible stories read by some of your favorite Discovery Mountain characters. My two boys love the bedtime Bible stories. Those are just two of the programs for mountaineers. You know, as a parent, I appreciate the club programming. They allow us to continue to talk to our boys about their faith. You can learn more about the club at discoverymountainclub.com.
Well, what was Ellie's new assignment like?
The weather was cloudy, but she knew her mission. She had to deliver the plane, rain or shine.
Good morning, Miss Smithers. Do you have all the gear you need?
Yes, I'm ready, sir. I mapped out my flight path, gathered my gear and provisions last night, sir.
Have a safe flight. Please have the airbase commander call me when the plane has been delivered safely.
Yes, sir.
Ellie stepped into the cockpit of the P-39 Airacobra plane. Her heart beat wildly with excitement. Her trip started out smoothly enough, and then she hit some fog.
What is going on with this weather? It was cloudy over Sweetwater, but now this is crazy. I can hardly see a thing.
The fog became as thick as pea soup.
I can't see. Oh, Officer Miller, why did you choose me for this mission? I can't. Oh, dear God, please help me. Please clear the fog so that I can see where I'm going.
The fog cleared just enough that Ellie saw a clearing on the top of a mountain. A wide open grassy space, about the size of the space between the two railroad tracks that she landed on.
I can land this plane. It's just like the railroad tracks. Here we go. Oh, thank you, Officer Miller, for making me land that day.
Ellie landed with a gentle thud safely on the mountaintop.
Oh, where am I? Oh, fog, please lift. I have to deliver this plane. I feel as if I'm in the middle of nowhere. Where am I? Fog, won't you lift? I have to deliver this plane. Where's my map? Let me see. I'm not in Texas anymore. Definitely north of there. Let's see. Oh, what's this? A note. Oh, it's from Peggy.
Dear Ellie, I'm praying for you on your mission today. I'm so glad that God brought us together in the WASP training program. Since that first day in class, I've thought of this verse often. Galatians 6:2. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ. Training with you and the other girls has built my faith. When one falls, another lifts her up. When one is weak, another is strong for her. When you reach Great Falls Air Force Base, call me. Fly with confidence, Ellie. Fly. Your friend Peggy.
Oh, dear Lord. I couldn't have done this without Peggy. Without any of the other girls. Please let this fog lift and let me deliver this plane. The fog lifted. Look out, Montana. Here we come.
Short takeoff, but I can do this. We're airborne. Would you look at this place? The mountains, the green rolling valley. It's beautiful. Great Falls Tower, this is 219er 597.
219er 597, Great Falls Tower.
I'm approaching and ready to land.
597, we don't see your approach.
Repeat, I'm approaching and ready to land.
We don't have you in sight, ma'am, but we have a P-39 Airacobra on final approach. Follow that plane.
Control tower, that's me.
597, ma'am, we're trying to guide in a P-39. Please just follow that plane. It's on final.
I'm the P-39.
597, please follow the other plane.
Oh, brother, they don't believe I'm flying this plane. Ready or not, boys, I'm landing.
Welcome to Great Falls, Montana, sir.
Oh, thank you. Let me take my helmet off.
Whoa, it's a girl.
Yes, sir. I'm Eleanor Smithers, a girl who, with a lot of help from her friends, is one hot-shot pilot.
Whoa, Ellie landed her plane right here?
She sure did. That's why this mountain is named after her.
Cool.
Maybe you'll be a pilot one day. What do you think, Hugo?
Really? Do you think I could be?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Now come on, let's hike back down from this peak. I promised you a lemonade.
All right, race you to the bottom.
Hugo and Mr. Garcia hiked back down from Ellie's peak. Meanwhile, a familiar face approached Haddie at the cafe.
Miss Haddie!
Oh, Mr. McGee.
I don't normally like to get all emotional and talk about feelings, but is your Uncle George all right?
All right. Well, I thought you were having a good time together today.
Oh, we swapped stories about surgeries and aches and pains. Good times.
Uh-huh.
I've known George a long time. Longer than most, I reckon.
Yes, I reckon you're right.
But he ain't quite himself.
You noticed, too.
Does he have a support system and all?
Support system? Well, yes, this whole town is here for Uncle George. We all love him and are here for him.
Well, he's a lucky man.
Yes. But he has seemed a little sad recently. But Natasha and I are planning something.
Oh?
Yeah. Can you keep a secret?
Miss Haddie, your secret is safe with me. At my age, I'm liable to plumb forget whatever you tell me, rather than blab about it.
Well, all right. Here's what we're planning.
Haddie told McGee all about the plan she and Natasha are working on.
Well, now that's a fine feathered idea. Yee-haw!
I'm glad you like it.
I've got a bunch of government bigwigs coming up to the hotel that weekend, but I'll cancel them. The place is yours.
Oh, no, that's very kind, but I was thinking the camp cafeteria will be more Uncle George's style. Can you be there?
If I don't forget between here and my Jeep, then you can count on it. I'll be there.
Oh, thanks, Mr. McGee. I'd better get planning.
Yee-haw!
Well, it sounds like McGee is happy about Haddie and Natasha's plan.
It sure does. Yee-haw!
And you know who else sounded happy? Hugo.
He seemed to really enjoy the story of Ellie, didn't he?
Who knows? Maybe Hugo will grow up to be a pilot. How old were you, Director Doug, when you first dreamed of flying planes?
Wow, that is a good question, but my earliest recollection was when our family used to go up to Algonquin Provincial Park, which is about 2 hours north of Toronto. And they had a small airstrip, a grass airstrip there, and we could watch the planes take off and land. And, the planes would be sitting there, be unattended, there'd be no security, and we could walk right up to the plane, and I got to climb up on the step and peer through the window at all the fancy instruments. And I think that's probably the first time that I remember really thinking, yeah, this would be really cool if I could fly in an airplane like this.
Oh, that's a really neat memory. Well, maybe stories like Ellie's are going to inspire others who are listening today. You know, the women Air Force service pilots really did help and support each other, didn't they?
They did. And you know, Haddie and Natasha are working to support Mr. Simon.
That's true, just like the verse that Peggy shared with Ellie.
It was Galatians chapter 6, right?
Right. Galatians 6 and verse 2. Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ.
Natasha, Haddie, and now McGee and Jake are in on a plan to bear Mr. Simon's burdens.
Yes, and I'm glad that they're planning to cheer him up. I wonder what the plan is.
Well, we'll find out a little more in our next episode.
Yes, there will be a few more clues.
And as we're waiting for episode 4 in this season, we'll keep celebrating Discovery Mountain's birthday.
Yes, so listeners, grab a parent and ask them to go online with you.
Yep, together you can visit discoverymountain.com/happy birthday.
And on that webpage, you can enter for a chance to win fun and faith-building prizes.
Be sure to listen carefully to this episode. The answers to the birthday quizzes are in each of the episodes. Visit us, and in the meantime,
keep exercising your faith.
We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to Discovery Mountain. To listen to other episodes and to send us a message, visit us online at discoverymountain.com or write to us at Discovery Mountain, P.O. Box 999, Loveland, Colorado 80539. And in Canada, write to Box 2127, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, L1H7V4. Ellie's Peak was written by Jean Boonstra, produced by Steve Phillips, and post-produced in Ontario, Canada by Douglas Bruce and Danny Columbi. Recorded in Loveland, Colorado at the Voice of Prophecy Studios and in Bowmanville, Ontario.